Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We have Maddie with us. Say hi, Maddie.
Hi,
Say hi.
I gotta go.
Okay, she's really busy, so she's gonna take off. So I just wanted to make a video as a follow-up to my other video, which is the miscarriage video. I keep saying video. Okay. Anyways, I just got an email from my doctor today about the genetic test results of our baby that we lost.
The test that we had done, like they have a way of testing the tissue to see if there were any chromosomal type issues or any other genetic abnormalities that may have caused what happened. And so we got our results, and the karyotype is 69XXY, male karyotype suggesting triploidy. And
our baby was a boy that had an extra chromosome. I mean, there's like very, very, very few, like I'm talking like one or two that actually made it to term, but most of these babies would die within days, or if they made it to adulthood will have multiple problems, many like heart, kidney, lung, facial, like physical abnormalities, lots of seizures and heart problems and kidney problems. So it would have been a very, very, very difficult road for us and the baby. And
so I guess what happens is, usually in a normal pregnancy, the baby will get 23 chromosomes from each of us. And so what happened this time is from either the sperm or the egg, there was an extra 23, which is all adding up to this 69 as part of the karyotype.
Yeah.
So they say that it could happen when either two sperm fertilize the egg at the same time instead of just one like it normally would be, or there's some sperm that have double the chromosomes, or there's some eggs that have double the chromosomes. And so either any one of those three different types of situations could have happened. But at the end of the day, like they say that it's fairly common, like within around 20% or so of miscarriages are due to this particular type of disorder. And so it's around 3% of all pregnancies result in this. So it's not super uncommon what we experience, but it's good to know, I guess, for us, since we have some sort of knowledge about what happened and why it happened.
Yeah.
And they don't really know, like, why it happens. It's not something that's hereditary. Like, it's not something that you get from, passed down from your family members. But, the good news is that we're not at risk for future pregnancies of this recurring again. I mean, of course, anything could happen, but there's no statistical chance that we're more likely to experience this particular thing.
So we're going to have the
again.
Same chance next time, which is supposed to be like not super high, but high enough, I guess, where it happens. So when I found out initially, I was really relieved, and not relieved, but because I spent the last few weeks just analyzing every little thing I did that could have caused it, such as like exercising too much, or the caffeine intake, or could it have been I had a really bad cold? Could it have been the medicine I took for my cold? There's just so many things that I kept thinking, like, was I dehydrated? Was there something I did? I like tracked all my steps those few weeks that I knew, and I would not let it up. And so now at least I know that there's nothing that I could have done about it, and that it is just what happened. And so that is actually the good thing about like having the testing. But I mean, I would have felt, in the other hand, if it was something I could have controlled, then I would have felt terrible. So I guess I don't know if there's a benefit.
The test could have come back the other way and be like that it either was a genetic issue or it wasn't. And if it wasn't, it could have been any number of different things that could have happened that have made it happen. But yeah, it's definitely a good closure thing that we know there's nothing that we did in particular that made it happen.
It doesn't make things any easier as far as, the other thing too is like, now that we know that it was they were able to sample the actual baby itself, they were able to see that it was XXY, which indicates it was going to be a boy if it was normal 2 chromosomes. So that's like the other like bitter part about it. But so I don't know how I feel.
No. Which is kind of uncommon for my family. All of my brothers have had, up until this point, all girls, except for my younger brother, just had the first boy out of all of us, like a year ago, I believe.
Baby Caleb. Stinker.
Yeah. So our little lentil would have been number 2. So I don't know. I mean, maybe there have been studies done about, which sex will happen next or is likely to happen.
No.
Probably. I mean,
no.
Who knows?
It's a crapshoot. It's up to you. Whatever.
Saying I'm crap.
Anyway.
But yeah, so we're, I don't know, like we said before, we're excited about continuing the process of trying to make this happen again. So we're excited about that and just using this experience to grow closer to each other and just to love each other more.
So many people told me their stories, even people I didn't know, strangers, and it's really has helped a lot. And I watched a lot of YouTube videos of other women's stories, and even that's been comforting and helpful. Just seeing what other women went through, and multiple blogs online has been really comforting to know that I'm not alone, and that so many women have to go through this terrible thing. And so I really appreciate your guys' prayers and your support, and just sending your thoughts, prayers, and love, and those people that helped us out a lot. We had friends that came over to babysit Maddie, so Matt and I can go and have some alone time to just, relax, and, and the flowers that people sent, and just all the support that we got was really overwhelming, and in a good way. And we're really happy that we got to share this crazy thing publicly, I guess, on social media and my YouTube channel. So I don't know, I think it was a good thing that I did share it early. It just so happened the day that I found out I was pregnant, I was vlogging that day, and so I just had to keep it 100% and put it out there. So
yeah, definitely. I don't know, and it's great because there's so many issues like this that most people they don't like to talk about, because it's a very, usually a pretty private issue, and they don't like to talk about it a lot because it is kind of sad and depressing and all that. But at the same time, I know Elena said before, that it's great to have support from people, and you can't receive that support unless you tell people about it.
Yeah.
And from a guy's perspective too. I think I mentioned this too in the last video that I came on, but yeah, it's also a difficult process for a guy to go through this, but it's a different sort of coping issue, and it's been difficult for me as well. But
Father's Day, how was that?
Yeah, and we just had Father's Day this last weekend, and I don't know, I was telling Elaine, we talked about it too on Father's Day, but I was definitely looking forward to being a father again, and that's something that I'd been kind of thinking about quite a bit over the course of the week. I know the last few weeks, really, but again, I'm definitely encouraged that we have God on our side, and we love each other, and we have this loving household, and we have such great friends who are so supportive.
And the people that we've talked to that have experienced the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know how to describe it. Being able to share our experience and hear their experience back after you've been through something very similar is just something.
It's meaningful.
It
really is. It means a lot, and it's good to know that you're not alone. You're not the only person going through this, and I know that time heals a lot of things and all of that, but it's really great to bond, on a human level with people.
I think it's like any other loss where you never truly get over it. You just learn to kind of cope with it and deal with it, and it's just part of who you are. It's part of our story now. It's part of our family story, and something that we just deal with on a daily basis, and just do our best and go back little by little. Well, I guess that's it. We do have a genetic counseling potentially over the phone, but because we're moving, I don't know when that's going to happen. So that's why we did our own research and just looked up the test results. But if anything new or whatever, I'll update you guys in a future video. Also, we're moving next week. The pod is here, guys. Pod is here. It's happening. And so Matt has been busy. He's studying and all that, getting ready for his Texas bar prep, and as well as getting our house out. I've been so exhausted. I went back to work, and I'm pretty much working full time, and so I'm exhausted all the time, I feel like. And so I'm not much help there. But
and it's crazy too. Every time you move, you don't really realize how much stuff you have until you try to box it up and move it somewhere.
Yep.
It's you get settled into a place after a while, and it's like, it feels like, it's not, we don't have that much stuff, but turns out.
And on another side note, also, the second we put out our Dallas video, a lot of people have reached out to like do last minute hangout, like in the last couple weeks that we're here. And so we've been doing a lot of spending time with people, but also if we don't get to spend time with you before we leave, I really apologize, because I'm working full time, like I said. Matt's studying for his bar prep. We're trying to move our house, and also like our family's helping us, and they're here a lot, and it's just kind of a crazy time right now. And so we'll catch up another time.
I'm definitely about 6 weeks out right now from my test date, and I'm not anywhere close to where I should be on my studying. And I'm trying to move us.
You better get out of here.
So, but we both love all of you guys and all of our friends, and we love hanging out. And we have no doubt that we'll be back around, hanging out from time to time to see family and friends, and we're hoping we can do that.
Pray for us, guys. Pray for our move, and we point at the same time. So, all right, guys, make sure you check out my other videos and whatnot. Watch them all the way through. And we thank you guys so much for your support. Like I've said a million times, it really, really means the world to me and my hubby. And we love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.